Before we talk about John Marshall, we should first review some of the presidential administrations during the time he dealt with politics and some of the major events that came with them. Marshall lived to see many of the first presidents and how they dealt with their presidential power. He was alive to see Washington as the first president, whose farewell address was not taken into account by his predecessors. In the following election between Adams and Jefferson, the first political parties were seen. Adams was able to pull ahead with the votes. During the Adams administration, the XYZ affair took place. Marshall was one of the men Adams sent to France to deal with the issue. At the end of Adams' term in office, he sent out some last-minute appointments for government jobs. However, some of them rolled over to Jefferson's terms. Jefferson's administration denied Marbury his position. This case later became known as Marbury versus Madison, one of the most important cases Marshall ruled on as a Supreme Court justice. Also during Jefferson's terms was the exploration west with the Louisiana Purchase and Lewis and Clark. Marshall helped with the XYZ affair in 1797, where he and two other men had to negotiate with the French, who were seizing American ships. The French demanded an amount of money, which Adams was not willing to pay, and Marshall and his companions were able to meet with Talleyrand and fix their issues. A few years later, Marshall joined the Supreme Court in 1801, where he served until his death in 1835. Marshall was the Supreme Court justice to rule on Marbury versus Madison. With his ruling, Marshall established the Supreme Court's authority of interpreting the Constitution and solidified the importance of the judicial branch in government.